Hello there folks, welcome to another edition of The Moaning Show. I'm HED01 and you're watching episode 43 of this fine tradition, and I'd like to talk to you about benefits and the benefits system in this particular edition of The Moaning Show. Now, I've had, unfortunately, quite a bit of experience with the benefit system for whatever reason, you know, claiming benefits, even trying to claim benefits is a painstaking progress. Now, I'll start with the one I'm most experienced with at the moment, that's Jobseekers Allowance. Jobseekers Allowance is a benefit from the government that enables people who are unemployed, not in work, to claim whatever monies that they can to support living. Now, when I last claimed it, it was something like $58.60 a week or something like that. But the amount is irrelevant because most people's bills add up to anything from, say, I don't know, £600 for the lucky ones, right up to the big ones, you know, where your bills are absolutely astronomical and you can only just afford to put food on the table. If you're claiming Jobseekers Allowance, you get letters and everything when you join, and I'll talk more about the joining aspect in a minute because that's a pain in the fucking arse. You get a certain amount that the government thinks that you should be able to live on per week. Now, if you're living by yourself, or, you know, as a member of a family that is living on benefits, it's very fucking difficult, and you cannot bring a respectable amount of living quality, in my opinion. I'm struggling to make sense of the proper words, but hey ho, this is me. I'm not a lexicographer or whatever, someone who uses dictionaries all the fucking time, you know. But JSA was a pain in the fucking arse. Luckily, I'm in employment now. As I record this, I'm on annual leave, so, you know, I'm not technically working at the moment, but I am in employment. I am employed. But the scary thing is about JSA is that when you go to sign on or sign in, whatever the fuck they call it, when you go to prove that you haven't worked or whatever, they make you feel about this big. It's like, have you looked for jobs? Have you been looking for jobs? And it's like, yeah. I wasn't one of these people who just signed on just for the sake of it and just said, no, I'm not looking for fucking jobs. What's the point? Now, a lot of people don't look for many jobs when they are claiming unemployment benefit because of the fact that the vast majority of jobs, you need experience in the role first. Secondly, you need to be able to travel. Now, if you're like me, who didn't have much experience and can't drive, that eliminates a tremendous amount of the employment opportunities that you can get. Now, after a certain amount of time, JSA becomes even more stressful because they put you on these like course plans or courses to learn how to look for a job. Now, I'm sorry, looking for a job is easy. Finding a job is difficult. It's like, well, this person has got this and this skill and this and this qualification. Yes, I completely bloody understand that. That's what people want. For instance, if you got a road sweeper, yeah, you're not going to employ anyone that's, alright, technically lowest of the low pile, you know, jobs or whatever. If you are a road sweeper watching this, good for you. Brilliant stuff. But I'm trying to give an example here. Alright, let's say call centre agent, which I have been. You're not going to employ anyone that's not got a good telephone manner. In other words, it's like this. Yeah, what do you fucking want? Piss off. You know, you're not going to employ anyone that does that, you know. But that's the aspect of it. They send you on these courses, and by the way, exactly what I was talking about at the end of last week. Fucking awesome. But that's how you know, you find things difficult when you are claiming JSA because you don't meet people's criteria. It's not your fault you don't meet people's criteria. It's like, must have a full driving licence, must do this, must do that, must kiss my ass, must lick my whatever, you know, to please me so you get a job. And that's basically what being in employment is. It's like, how much arse can you kiss and how good you are at it. It's not necessarily how good you are at the position. Yeah, you could be great at the position. You could be like employee of the month, fucking 50 months in a row. But if you don't kiss a bit of arse now and again, might as well just quit. Anyway, enough of the arse kissing. And then, you know, you get sent on these courses to learn how to look for a job. Or, for instance, I got 2 jobs. The one I'm currently in and a small Sunday job at a petrol station. And that was about 5 or 6 days before I had to go on my first week of learning how to look for a job. But the thing is, they don't take you off Jobseekers Allowance unless you're doing more than 16 hours a week work. At the time, I was doing 10 at the petrol station. Not 10 at the petrol station. I was doing 6 or 7 at the petrol station. And I was on a 0 hours contract with the other job, my current job, which I've got a proper contract with now. You know, full-time employment. So, but at the time, I still had to go on this fucking thing. Yeah, I was employed. I had a job. I had fucking 2 of the bastards. And I couldn't, you know, I couldn't stop going on this course. And I basically knew that going on this course was a waste of fucking time. Yeah, I had to, because I couldn't prove to the higher uppers, the people you have to say, oh yeah, I can do this, I can do that. I've got a fucking job, but it's not fucking good enough. And that's why people don't say yes to like jobs that have got like 12 hours a week. Because it's absolutely pointless getting a 12-hour-a-week job. If you're claiming JSA, it's absolutely pointless. And the really fucking annoying thing is once you finish, it's like, yeah, you're doing them a favour by finding work. And this is why, evidently, that, you know, working people pay taxes. It's to help those people that aren't working financially. But claiming a benefit is quite difficult in the beginning part anyway. Identification purposes, they're getting more and more difficult if you haven't been abroad like myself. I'm having to hand over to like bank cards with my bank details on them. Scary enough any fucking way, I think you'll find. And a birth certificate or something else. I mean, it's getting to the point where a birth certificate isn't good enough for identification. You need a passport these days, which is complete and total bollocks if you don't go abroad or don't go on holiday. I've never been abroad, or I say that, I have been abroad once, and that was Calais for a day back when I was 4. And that was on a fucking coach trip with my dad's old workplace. Now, if that's the case, I haven't holidayed abroad. Heck, I've barely fucking holidayed. When I have annual leave like I'm on now, or if I'm on so-called holiday, I don't fucking go anywhere. I don't do anything. It's cheaper that way. And with benefits and how to claim, it's like blah 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 blah. You have to fill in these forms, you have to go blah 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 blah. Last time I did it on the fucking internet. It's done so quicker. It's like, do you have a full driving licence? No. So that's that ID out the fucking way. Do you have a passport? No. I don't go abroad. I barely holiday. So it's like, oh, okay, what else have you got? Got my birth certificate. Well, that only just proves who you are. What? I've got my own birth certificate. It's like, it's right here. I've got it right here. This is me. I was born on that date. I can tell you my date of birth off by heart because I fucking know it. It's on my birth certificate. And failing that, they either get your bank card with your bank details on it, as dangerous as that can be, or they want a letter. They want an official letter from either local government, let's say like your local district council, or a letter from your bank, or the front page of a bank statement. It's like, what? What the fuck? This is me. You need the bank details anyway to pay me my fucking benefit. How is this not me? I'm bringing you these documents. I'm not a complete fucking arsehole that I would go next door, nick their bank details, nick their bank statements, come in and say, oh yes, this is me, and it's a fucking woman's name. It's fucking ridiculous. But what is fucking ridiculous, and yes, I'm not offended to swear, I mean to swear when I say this, not because I'm not ill-educated or whatever, I am fucking disgusted about what I'm just about to tell you. And this is the main reason for this fucking video. You've got Muslim clerics and, I don't know, other clerics of other religions that indict, or let's say they make racial hatred what it is, and they're living in fucking mansions on £100,000 a year just because their name is Muhammad al-Sadiq or something like that, and they got hooks and no fucking eyes, they got hooks for hands, no eyes, and because they play the racial card they get benefits out the fucking ears, out the nose, out the arse, you know. And that pisses me off to no end of degree. People work hard, they work 40 plus hours a week, or they work up to 40 hours a week, and they get fuck all for it. Other than a, thanks a lot, see you next time. Or they get a, it's like, you know, you can do this, thanks a lot for paying your taxes, we want a bit more, thanks. So we can pay these fucking assholes what they're due. They're not fucking due anything. But the worst thing about benefits is, my mother died in October 2013. We are now March 2015. My father, not having been my mother's personal carer for at least 10 years, claimed carer's allowance. And this is a little bit going backwards, which wages were fucking atrocious for caring for a loved one. He was paid something in the region of £45 a week on top of what mum was getting. Now, for anyone, despite however much their partner's earning, despite however much money's been brought into the house, because I wasn't bringing money into the house at that point. I wasn't earning fuck all, apart from me Jobseekers Allowance. But that was the thing. It's like, blah 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 blah, we'll give you 45 quid a week for that. Excuse me? 45 quid a week's barely enough to do the fucking weekly shop. For two people, let alone three, which is what we were at the time. And it's fucking atrocious. It's like, well, you know, you've given us that, we're helping you out for not you know, trying to find and fund a carer, a professional carer to come in and help out your wife or your mum, whatever. And you see it all over the time, and during fundraisers like Children in Need, Comic Relief, where a parent has had a kid and they've fallen ill with some horrible fucking illness that disables them, you know, physically and possibly mentally, and you have to find that the kids have to find it within themselves, not only go to school. As soon as they finish school, they go home, and what they do is care for their parent until they go to bed. They might go to bed a bit later than what they should do for the next day for school, so they end up going back to school the next day absolutely fucking knackered. They're like halfway through a lesson, they're falling asleep because they can't sleep properly because they've got to look after their mum or dad or relative or whatever. And that's not right. And even them kids only get like 40 quid a week or whatever, and which is why Comic Relief, Children in Need, you know, do the work that they do to help these people. My dad was one of them. He should have got help out of fucking government no matter what. Fuck Mohammed Al-Sadiq. Fuck him and his racial hatred. The guy's an arsehole anyway. And, you know, these are the people that really need help. My mother was a double leg amputee. She had kidney dialysis 3 times a week. She had medical oxygen 24/7. She was a triple heart bypass survivor. She died of a heart attack. Now, she was an exceptional case. She needed the extra help. We wouldn't have wanted 100,000 a year. We wouldn't have wanted fucking 50, 30, 20. Well, maybe 20,000 a year to help out. Not fucking 100,000 like these fucking Muslim, Hindu, fucking Buddhist bastards. If you told me that, I'm going to claim police brutality. Fuck off! You choose to come into this country, you choose to preach the hatred and all of that sort of shit. You're the ones doing this, and you get treated like kings and fucking queens. Whereas there's people that genuinely need the fucking help, and we're scrimping and saving to put a bit of food on the table. It's fucking ridiculous. But what's even more ridiculous, I'll go back a bit now. My mother died in October 2013, right? My dad, being the financial mogul that he is, he's no fucking, you know, he's no trader on Wall Street or anything, but he's fairly good with money. He applied for what's called bereavement allowance. And that's exactly how it says. You get money to help you out for a full year because a loved one's died. You know, until you get back on your feet. Financial wise. You claim it because you've got no choice but to claim it. You've lost a loved one. You've lost the love of your life. You've lost a mother. You've lost a son. You've lost blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Okay? He got it. Good job, government. +1 for you in the column. Brilliant stuff. Due to financial problems and constraints, he had to get a job. He works at the same place that I work. He's now gone above me in terms of seniority, but he's like that. I'm not working there to become boss of the company. I'm working there because I have to work there, because I need to work there. I need the money. So, like the rest of you, we need the money to pay the bills, to buy the food, to eat, to pay the clothes, to buy the bollocks and do all of that fucking shit. As soon as he got the job, within 2 months, he gets a letter saying, hang on a minute, you've got a job. You're claiming bereavement allowance. We're going to tax you on that bereavement allowance now because you've got a job. What? Pardon fucking me? What? You're punishing me because I'm not claiming benefits, either job seekers, housing benefit, council tax benefit, whatever fucking benefit you can think of, picking your nose benefit, there you go. I'm not claiming benefits, I'm doing you a favour. I'm claiming bereavement allowance up to October 2014. I have had to get a job to financially support myself and my son. My wife has died in the last 6 months. You're doing what? You're taxing me on a benefit that I am entitled to because my loved one died, my spouse died, my soulmate died, and you're taxing me on that? What the fuck? And here's the more annoying thing. He stopped claiming bereavement allowance in October 2014. We were basically back on our feet by then. I was on full-time hours. He was getting there. He now is on full-time hours. Brilliant stuff. He's still being taxed to this day. He's still being taxed, coincidentally, until March 31st. He hasn't claimed that benefit for 6 months nearly. And yet he's still being taxed on the benefit that he was claiming up until October 2014. On April the 1st, it's the first day that he's not been taxed on something that stopped fucking 6 months ago. Again, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on? What? Excuse me? I'm paying tax on something that I ain't even fucking got. What the fuck is that all about? Just because some bastard in fucking Westminster is going, oh yes, well this needs to change, this and this, he's working, he's got taxes, blah 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 blah. Fuck off, mate. You earn 4 times what we do. You pay the fucking tax. You pay that piece of shit. You can afford it. For fuck's sake. People are eating beans on toast every night. They're eating 1 slice of ham sandwiches, 4 meals a fucking day, all because you won't pay your fucking taxes. Or because there's some stupid rule saying that someone who's died has... Oh! I ask you, those of you watching, how in all that is fair, how in all that is just, how in all that is right, is this situation still relevant? You meet someone, you fall in love with them, you get married, you have a child, they die, you claim help, you get help, you get a job because of financial reasons, they tax you on that help for some reason that only the gods fucking understand. How is that fair? Answers down below in the comments box, please, or in my Facebook messages section, whatever. How can a world be so cruel, not only to take away your soulmate, but to also take away help that you are entitled to because you've had to go out and find a job, get a job, be okay in the job? In all seriousness, how is that allowed while people who incite racial hatred, people that have got 10 kids and live in a fucking mansion off Hampshire, Hampstead Heath or whatever, live the life of Riley just because they pop out a kid every now and again. How is that fair? Yes, I'm being rather biased here because of this situation. I wanted to bring this to your attention because of how really horribly, tremendously fucking atrocious all of this bullshit is. My name is HCD01. You've been watching The Moaning Show, and I hope and pray that things like this don't continue. But I, for one, will continue. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time for more moaning.